A lot of people know.
Yeah.
23 Chargers.
Yeah.
All trims.
Yeah.
Have LED headlights.
Only 23s.
Only 23 Chargers, but your Challenger 23s
Yeah.
have HIDs.
Yeah.
And every car prior to that have HIDs.
Only 23 Chargers.
Headlights.
All right, guys, as you see here, we are at Palmer. Got my man Kyler, got my man Ryan, one and only. Got two Hellcats right here. Looks a little bit lower, but we're going to talk about that later. Don't worry about that. What we're talking about now is the headlight issue, right? The big headlight issue. I couldn't hit the gas at nighttime because the headlights would flicker. They would go off. Sometimes they would come back on. Sometimes they wouldn't. We got that fixed, but it was the craziest of fixes. Nothing easy.
It's a crazy story.
Yeah, you had to go into like the user manual.
Yeah, we had to like go into the configuration of the car, which is basically the code, and see, what's missing. But before that, we're plugging at your security system. We didn't know if that was what it was.
Call direct connection.
Call direct connection.
Trying every avenue.
Everything.
Thinking that direct connection might have something to do with it, and it kind of did, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So it happened because of direct connection.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
So
we'll explain that. I know that sounds
confusing. It's a little confusing.
We're not blaming direct connection. Yeah.
But like we talked about, when you get direct connection, you have these sales codes that are added to your car, and that's how we track that your car has direct connection.
Gotcha.
Warranty and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Any dealer that you take it to, they know like, hey, there's a pulley on here. It's not aftermarket. You have that direct connection. Your warranty's not voided.
Right.
So those are sales codes. So like every dealer know that.
Yeah.
So basically, what we do is that gets configured into your computers.
Gotcha.
All of them, in a way. And so basically, when we add those codes, we reconfigure the car and kind of relearn, and it embeds them in the computers. So whatever happened, your car forgot that it had LED headlights.
Gotcha.
So here's
and that's tell them
that not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
23 Chargers.
Yeah.
All trims.
Yeah.
Have LED headlights.
Only 23s.
Only 23 Chargers, but your Challenger 23s have HIDs.
Yeah.
And every car prior to that have HIDs.
Only 23 Chargers.
Headlights. Yeah.
Is there a specific reason, or just Dodge being Dodge, Stellantis being Stellantis?
I really don't know. And that's not something that's advertised other than on a window sticker.
Yeah.
And in our service information, it's not like, I had to go and look through wiring diagrams of every single car and compare notes and look at this and do research myself because I didn't know.
Like 30 pages of line by line code.
Yeah, 30 pages of line by line code on a Friday night is what I figured this
That's
out.
crazy. That's crazy.
So, you still have the side by side paperwork though.
Yeah,
we'll
show you the
so you have a better understanding what we're talking about.
Yeah. I got my car all cleaned up, man. Not one Hellcat, but two. Palmer Dodge, man.
This is all like kind of
and that's the one that flew off. I saw that one flying in the background.
So this is like your configuration report. This is like every module in your car, your VIN, all the part numbers, what type of operation it has. It's like all these 28 pages of just, is your car a 6.4? False. Is your car a 4.7? Just this is all the configuration of how your car is made.
Gotcha.
And it has to do with the code.
It's 6.2 true.
Yep. 6.2. And so I literally went through all of this stuff and finally came across this page right here where I was looking at this and it says buy xenon headlamps, which is set. Doesn't really say if it's HID or LED.
Right.
So I was a little confused, but I got further down and it started saying LED stuff. And it said low beam, LEDs present, not set, which basically means false.
Yeah.
So I kind of saw that and I was like, that's not right. So I got to work the next morning and kind of, this is the after report.
Yeah.
Where now it says LED low beam set, which basically somehow or along the way it forgot that it had LEDs. So Stellantis does these periodic updates to your configuration of your car. It may change the fact that your headlights go off after you park it.
Gotcha.
You know, after 30 seconds, they'll change it to 40 seconds.
Gotcha.
They're just like small updates, but they don't advertise them.
Gotcha.
So
are these over-the-air updates or?
Yeah, they're kind of like, you know, kind of over-the-air updates, but the dealer has to.
The dealer, gotcha.
So that's why, you know, I did a configuration that day after we did direct connection. And that's why after that you are having headlight issues and you're like, hey man, you know, something's not right.
Gotcha. Because it was literally that night. That was the first night that it flickered. It didn't go out all the way, but it dimmed a little bit, and that kind of set my antennas off.
Yeah. So it was kind of crazy, but you know, that's kind of what happened.
Gotcha.
So it was as simple as just a software update. You know, this is the code, and I can tell you, Stellantis engineers looked at it. Connection looked at it.
Yeah.
You know, it was nobody saw it.
That's crazy.
Until I kind of, you know, just stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
This is kind of like old-fashioned police work. Right
yeah,
here,
seriously.
You know?
Yeah. Investigative work. Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy that this happened, but you know, hey, it's fixed now. We've
The cool thing is you can see how many times your car's been reconfigured. You're showing me that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So time 1 when this car was built.
When it was built.
Time 2 was
direct connection.
Direct connection.
Yeah.
So we knew this car had only been configured twice.
Now
if you go in there, it'll show three
times.
This
Gotcha.
is the current fix.
Gotcha.
So you can track all that, and
that's crazy.
And we definitely tested it. It's fixed.
Yeah. They definitely tested it.
Yeah, there's only one way to find out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, it was because of direct connection, but not because.
Yeah.
We reconfigured it for direct connection, and at the current time, they had the current update for HID headlights.
That could have been just a slip in the code for like a day.
Right.
And it just happened.
Been the only one that got that.
To update it, and you know, that's just kind of how the cards fell.
That makes sense.
But what's crazy is that not a lot of people know that the 23
Chargers.
I didn't know that until this.
Yeah.
And we're talking every trim: GT, RT,
V6,
you know,
SX, SXT, everything.
Yeah, but
same, but
it looked the exact same. This is a 23 and yours is a 22.
Yeah.
So he's got HIDs. And
that makes no sense whatsoever. Because everything else is identical, with the exception of the headlights.
The HIDs add a little more horsepower. So.
Oh, yeah.
So it could be because, you know, I feel like the Chargers sell more than the Challengers.
Sure.
So maybe it was one of those things where, you know, government mandated political stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Your boy Joe Biden.
Was like, hey,
yeah.
I sell you HID or LEDs for
like, you know, maybe they were out of HIDs because we know that they built these cars. I wouldn't say with the parts they have left. But they're not gonna get like a new batch of 100,000 HID modules.
Yeah.
If they have enough
just for one generation.
So that could have been what happened.
That makes sense.
But, crazy story, man. Super weird.
That's
we started
crazy.
at the hardest stuff.
Yeah.
We started at the hardest stuff. I'm like starting to pull stuff out.
Just yanking stuff, and all it was software.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to your mind is wiring.
Sure.
There's a pinch wire or something along those lines. With the security, you go through
even the battery, right?
Yeah. I changed the battery just kind of low voltage. It was a little low.
Why was that? Could that be because all the stuff I got connected to it?
I don't know. I mean, you know.
When we say a little low, we were just.
Like it might have said like 11.9 instead of 12.
Yeah.
But we were just shooting in the dark at that point, like please something. You know, throw a battery in it, go test it now.
I mean, because we had two different avenues. We had Stellantis helping us, then we had direct connection
connection
helping us.
And
then you know myself.
Yeah.
You know,
and our tech rep that sees numerous issues. You know, we ran it by him. He's like, I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
And you know, it's like send me a scan report, and that takes time.
Yeah.
And obviously, with you dropping it off, time was really on our side.
Right.
So, I wanted to fix it ASAP.
Yeah.
So
that's good stuff.
Crazy story,
all
man.
Software.
If you got a 23 Charger, you got LEDs.
You got LEDs, and you didn't even know it. Not HIDs.
Yeah.
So it's not. I remember everybody was like in the comments like voltage.
Yeah.
That's design.
Yeah. Explain that, because that's something that a lot of people have seen, and they're afraid of that as well.
Yeah. So with direct connection, you're supposed to have that higher voltage.
Sure.
As long as it doesn't go over 16 volts.
Gotcha. And I've never seen mine go over that.
Yeah. So as long as it doesn't go over 16 volts, you're good.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're using that voltage as basically, if you know what a booster pump is, which is you add extra voltage to the injector's fuel system.
Sure.
To compensate for the smaller pulley. So you're adding more air, you got to add more fuel. You know, you got to compensate. So that's why they're adding the extra voltage. It's part of the direct connection. It's supposed
Makes
to be
sense.
that way.
Yeah.
But as long as it doesn't go over 16 volts,
You're good.
We're good.
I've never seen it go that high.
Everyone we've test driven, Red Eye,
Yeah.
Hellcat,
Charger
Stage
Challenger.
1, Stage 2, Charger Challenger.
Yeah.
Every single one does it.
Gotcha.
Which made it even more confusing
yeah.
to diagnose.
Like
Yeah.
we haven't had one red key, black key,
Yeah.
eco mode, like
Yeah, we
floored,
tried
They all did it.
everything. We
Yeah.
tried it every different way you possibly could think, because we were like, is this normal? And then that's when we got clarification it was normal.
Sure.
So we just had to kind of go in blind and test everything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so it's supposed to have that higher voltage. That's how we compensate
That makes
for
sense.
more air from the smaller pulley. I know a lot of people ask that question.
Oh,
yeah.
How are you adding a smaller pulley without changing injectors?
Yeah, that's
By
how.
add more voltage.
Add more voltage.
Good fuel system.
That makes sense. And as long as it never spikes over 16, you're good.
Which we haven't had one.
No.
And ever since we've kind of fixed it, it hasn't gone over 15.6.
Right.
15.6,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've never
Which I
seen
think you touched
15.7, 15.
15.8. I think maybe one.
Maybe
time,
one time.
But
I know mine's like in the mid to high 15s when
Yeah.
you're getting in it,
But it only hits that after massive load.
Yeah.
D-cell.
Yeah.
The only time I ever checked is when you called me.
Yeah.
Like before, I never paid
Yeah,
attention
nobody
to
even
voltage.
noticed.
Yeah.
I didn't notice until the headlights started going out, and then I'm just kind of
I mean,
troubleshooting stuff
really
from top
no
to
reason
bottom.
check, but I know a lot of people like Hank.
Yeah.
He called us and he was like, I got the same voltage. So like initially it was like kind of a freak out moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, oh my god, direct
Yeah.
connection is
Yeah.
burning
Yeah.
everywhere. Oh god, no.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. We
No.
got it fixed. Voltage is normal.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's that.
All right, so we're good to go at this point.
Yeah, man.
So going forward, for everybody out there, 23 Chargers, only 23 Chargers have LED lights, LED low beams set. All right, guys, so the issue is fixed. My car is in good shape. We're good to go. Once again, Palmer Dodge, man.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Need anything?
Yeah.
We're always here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because I don't know any other dealership that would do all of this. I told you I took it to mine, and
Yeah.
it pretty much sat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday, they was like, yeah, just come and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I get it. Like, they probably saw your security and were just like,
Yeah, we're not touching it.
Direct
yeah,
connection,
like,
security.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were like,
They're
I'm
looking
not
for
going down that
the
rabbit
easy
hole.
way out.
The easy way out.
It's something else.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it, but
Yeah.
we want to fix it. That wasn't a problem before, so it's on us.
Yeah.
We take responsibility. We're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. And they did, man. Palmer Dodge. Got my man Kyler, Ryan. Talk to these guys.
Yeah, man.
Direct connection. See you guys in the next one.